There are good things about these pencils and bad things. The very first bad thing is this. They don't have erasers. There's a reason. They want to give you as much as they can of the specific graphite that this is. Your school pencil, does anybody know what hardness that pencil is? It asks you on the PSSA exams for a certain particular kind of pencil. What is it?
Number 2.
Yeah, and it's really a 2B pencil. It's a Shakespeare pencil, to be or not to be, okay? I have one of those right here. Would be the same softness as that pencil that's a school pencil. Why is that important on that PSSA? That you have that.
Because when they check it, they put it in a machine, the machine has to read the answers.
Right, and if it were too soft, like a 4B would be too soft and too dark, it will read multiple questions answered, multiple answers for one question. If it's too hard, like this 4H, it won't read it at all. So, in the art room, we have a variety of pencils so that you can create a variety of tones. I wrote on the board, if you can see behind me, like a linear graph model. Okay? The center, where the 0 would be, is where an HB pencil lies. There's a couple of them out there on a couple different tables. The exercise today, I want you to have 3 different pencils. I might have, which I do, a 4H, a 2B, and a 4B. But she might have a 2B, a 4B, and maybe a 6H. It doesn't matter. However 3 different pencils, 6 different steps to do this exercise. You got it? Okay, cool. So, you are going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have 6 different steps that are inch square. It says it in the directions. This grid paper is an inch. So draw your different steps, outline them with your ruler or a straight edge. The very first step is going to be white, so you don't touch it at all. Okay? The very last step of this 6-step grayscale is going to be the darkest mark that you can make with the softest pencil you have. The softer the graphite is, the more graphite comes off when you shade with it. Does that make sense? So it makes it darker. The harder the pencil is, the less graphite appears, and it's lighter and lighter. Okay? So my softest pencil out of my 3 is this 4B. So I'm going to go to step 6 and shade as hard as I can. Be careful not to break the pencil. That's usually my issue. Okay? Shade it as hard as you can. Then, after you deal with that, you're going to go back to step 2 and take your hardest pencil and shade as light as you can with that. Pressure does matter, but it's not just the variety of pressure. Okay? So my hardest pencil is a 4H, and I'm going to shade lightly in step 2. And the object here is this. You want your shading to gradually become darker and darker towards step 6. Like when you walk a stairwell. Each stair is equivalent distance from one another. You don't have some shorter than others. Now, sometimes you have cattywampus ones. Okay? But for the most part, if you're building a new stairwell, they should be equal distances. Same idea here. Okay? We should have equal steps from light to slightly darker than that, and so on and so forth. Now, step 3, some of them you're going to have to repeat. Step 3, I'm going to use the same pencil. I'm just going to press a little harder because I can achieve a darker tone. Okay? The next one, step 4, I'm probably going to use that Shakespeare pencil, the 2B or not 2B. Okay? And I'm going to shade that. You want it, do not smooth your shading with your fingers. I'm going to show you tomorrow and describe why not, but don't do that. It's really not a good idea. Okay? What's going on? Why are we on the floor there, bud? Are we that tired? There's no way on God's face of the earth after all that time you guys are tired. We had a break that was equivalent to Thanksgiving.
I didn't get that much sleep last night.
That's a bummer. It's not.
I go sleep too early, so I go sleep late, so I probably go to bed about like 10:15. I fall asleep about like 10:15 or 9. That's on school days. On school nights that I go to sleep. But on weekends I just go to bed. I just go to bed like close to like 1 o'clock in the morning.
So were you on, I'm on 1 o'clock in the morning mode?
Yep.
Oh, you crazy kid. Come on. You know what? It's not today that's going to hurt you on that. It's 2 days after. It's not the direct day after. They've proven this. It's the second day. So make sure when you get home, maybe take a little nap.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand. I was so bored. I was so ready to come back to school. I love my job. See how that's working? It might want to be a little bit darker. When you complete that, you're going to close your packet. You can stop. You can close